Hey everybody. Today we're going to be looking at an Italian combat food ration. This was sent to me by a buddy of mine, Drew from MREs and More. I've been kind of avoiding these for a long time because they just didn't look that appetizing to me, but he finally talked me into just trying one. So he had an older one laying around. He said, just give it a try. So this one was actually produced in 2012 and has an expiration date of 2014. So we're not really expecting that it did last or didn't. We're just going to see. But at least it'll give me an idea of what these actually, are all about. And I may want to try a newer one. This is probably the most massive ration I've gotten to date, other than maybe a Russian mountain ration that I still have to review. But it's huge. It comes in 3 separate boxes inside of this foil pouch. So we're going to go ahead and open it up, take a look at it, and just see, if it's held up and what it tastes like. So we're going to go ahead and use our Swedish Mora knife, which hopefully we can just keep using this one from now on. And we'll cut it open and see what we have. Now, the one thing I do know about these is they are color coded, and if I'm not mistaken, the pink sticker on the boxes would mean that it has a liquor portion in the ration. So this obviously does not, and it comes in 3. Wow, this is just a massive amount. It comes in 3 separate boxes, which luckily these are NATO, so they will have English on them. And here is supper. This would be lunch, which is the biggest meal. And here's breakfast, which seems to be the lightest of it. Now, smelling them, they smell kind of funky a little bit, but that could be because of the inside of the foil pouch they were in. They said this bag is just a big foil bag. So, looking at breakfast right off the top, right off the bat, let's just take a look and see what's in it, and then we'll kind of go from there. And something just doesn't smell good. It just smells, I don't know, kind of fishy. So here we have, first we have a pouch with paper bags in it. This has an instruction sheet as well as some garbage bags. So we'll just leave that to the side. We have our spoon and napkin. We have I'm guessing this is a toothbrush of some kind. It's definitely a dental pick on this end, and I'm guessing that's the toothbrush on this end. And we should have 3 of these. Now, I've seen other ones that actually came with full toothbrushes, but in a tube of toothpaste. So this is what you get, or I guess in 2012, what we got, or what they would have gotten. It's just a little piece of already, I guess, lubed up toothbrushes. Here we have 3 toothpicks. We have, and this is, I'm going to guess, vitamins or fuel tablets. Yeah, I'm going to guess this is a compressed, I'm guessing these are fuel tablets. And that would be what the smell is, I think. Here we have a jelly bar. We have biscuits. Here we have sweetened condensed milk, a tube of that. Nope, these would have to be some kind of vitamin, I'm guessing. I don't know, we're gonna have to go back and research that a little bit better. All right, here we have chocolate, 2 bars of it. We have instant coffee, sugar, and I guess that's going to be salt. We have a book of wooden matches with little brown tips on them. We have an Esbit stove, and I've seen other videos with these, and this right here is probably one of the coolest Esbit stoves in a ration. It's good for obviously a single can. It's quite thick, sturdy, and I'll definitely be reusing this at a later date. Here we have the fuel tablets, and right there is definitely what the fishy smell is. If you can see it, it's one of the fuel tabs has gotten punched, and you can see where it's darker, I'm guessing. Nope, I guess they're like that anyway, but I can see where it's been punched into, and that would be the fishy smell, without a doubt. These fuel tablets are always smell like rotten fish. And that's it for the breakfast module. So for breakfast, you get your sweetened condensed milk, 2 chocolate bars, instant coffee, biscuits, and oh well, this says okay, these are water purification tablets. I'm so sorry. So water purification tablets. So we get our jelly bar, the biscuits, chocolate, coffee, and our sweetened condensed milk. So let's go ahead and just give it all a try, and we'll see what's held up. So first, let's go ahead and open up our sweetened condensed milk. And this is a large tube. This is 100 grams. And again, we don't know that this is good or not, but we're about to find out. So let's get our spoon. And I really hope it has held up, because this is one of my favorite things to find. Okay, right off the bat, we can see it's definitely a little darker than it should probably be, but we'll find out. Yeah, that tastes wonderful. I mean, oops. I love that, and that's going to go great on these biscuits. So we'll just close that up and take a look, open everything else up. Check out these biscuits. Okay. Kind of light, and they're very crispy and light. I'm going to give one of them a try. Yeah, they're not really overly sweet. They're very light and crunchy, that's for definite. Actually, one thing we forgot to do was make our coffee up. So we're going to go ahead and get our instant coffee. All right, let's get our instant coffee opened up. Take a look at it. Looks pretty good in there. Again, we're using our East German canteen cups because they're just the exact perfect size for this. And about 5 ounces. Let's add in some of our sweetened condensed milk. All right. Let's give that a taste. That's a really good cup of coffee. All right, let's check out our chocolate. We'll see if well, it's definitely, as you might expect, it's bloomed in the last 5 years, but it doesn't look bad. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, that's not really great. The bloom really doesn't have much to do with that, because that doesn't really affect flavor. But I don't know, it's just not very sugary or not very sweet and very flavorful like some of the other military chocolates I've tried. Let's give this green gummy a taste. Yeah, I think well, it's definitely still pliable. It's got sugar on the outside of it. Well, I expected it to be a lime flavor, but it's not. It's more of a pear taste to me. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and try the biscuits with a little bit of the sweetened condensed milk. Absolutely, that's perfect. Really enjoyable. Most of these, I've noticed European breakfasts really don't hold a lot of food. They're very light, and but they're always actually really good. So this was breakfast, which was our sweetened condensed milk, which was really good, a little dark, but still good. We had our coffee, our chocolate bar, our crackers, and our fruit jelly. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to follow up with lunch and be right back in a little while. Hey everybody, we're back. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this lunch menu on the Italian ration. I went ahead and just cut part one off and didn't think about it. It went a little bit longer than I would have thought it would for opening it up, so we just decided to go ahead and cut it into two pieces. So for lunch, which is the biggest meal of the day, let's take a look and see what we have. And of course, it's got the contents list right here on the top if anybody wants to cheat. There you go. So let's just take a look. Again, we have our accessory packet with a knife, fork, and spoon in it, and a napkin. We have another packet of sugar, coffee again, of course. Here we have 10 bran tablets made by Enervit. Here we have some Enermix. There's 4 multivitamins in here. And this tells you what all the multivitamin covers, what it's good for. We have a pack of Biscotto crackers. A very large can of Wurstel. Just not quite sure what that is. It's Wurstel. The cans look pretty good shape. Nothing really wrong with them. So we'll take a look at that. We have a can of tortellini al ragu, which I'm going to guess is basically, I don't know, ravioli in a can. These are 400 gram can. These actually look kind of funny, like just some generic labeled store-bought cans. So this actually has dust on it, considering even though it's been inside of this sealed pouch for the last 5 years. So that's kind of funny. Here we have another pack of Biscotto crackers. And we have a can of fruit salad. So that's it for that. So total for lunch, we have Wurstel, tortellini, fruit salad, 2 packs of crackers, 10 bran tablets, sugar, coffee, and our energy vitamins there, multivitamins. So I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know that I'm actually even gonna heat these cans up. We may just try them cold just to see. And just kind of save a little time on heating them. Actually, I am going to heat these up because I'm just curious. Nothing's ever that great cold. So we'll be right back in a minute after we've heated these up. Okay, I'm back. While I was heating these cans up, and I don't even know that they're fully heated inside, but they are on the outside. I went ahead and put these out on the tray, made the coffee up. So let's just go ahead and let's get our crackers open first. As far as I could know, these would be the same as the ones that were breakfast. And yeah, they pretty much look to be the exact same ones that were breakfast. Just a little bit more broken up, of course. Let's give them a quick taste just to see. Yeah, they're basically just the same nondescript crackers from this morning or from breakfast. The coffee, of course, it's going to be exactly the same. I just didn't add the condensed milk to it. Let's take a look at our fruit cocktail. Okay. Ooh. A lot of juice in that. So I'm not going to bother pouring it out. We can see it has peaches, pears, I think some grapes in there. Yep, there's a grape. So basically just normal fruit cocktail. I guess let's go ahead and we'll look at our Wurstel first. This one, actually, when I looked it up, found out that it's basically Vienna sausage. I really wasn't happy with that because that's about one of my least favorite things. Oh, wow, that is hot. Things to eat in the entire world. So here we have a lot of juice. So I'm going to go ahead and go and dump that so we can get to what's in the can. All right. Got the juice dumped out. Actually, it looks like a bunch of just tiny hot dogs. So let's see. They smell actually pretty good. The texture there was pretty soft when I cut into it. Let's give one a try. I would have to say that these are actually not too bad. They taste like basically just a regular tiny little hot dog. Yep, I'm really not going to complain about those. They're not Vienna sausages like I expected them to be. They're a little bit better texture. Definitely a lot better flavor. So that's really good. And maybe they'll go well with the tortellini. And so we'll see. We'll open that up. And this didn't fully heat, but it actually looks really good. And of course you can hear Oscar, the never been fed dog, in the background. What would a review be without him making his self known? So here we have a bunch of the tortellini in a tomato sauce. Let's give this sauce a taste first. And give it a smell. Oh, that's actually a really good sauce. It's you can definitely taste the can, which is odd, but it's got a really good flavor to it. It's not overly tomatoey. It's more of a, it's got a greasy, full flavor to it. That's actually really good. Let's give one of the tortellini a taste. Actually, let's cut it in half, see what's in the middle. I'm guessing it to be a cheese tortellini, but well, you really can't tell. It's just really nothing in it, so let's give it a taste. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. It's, hate to say it like this, it'd be about equivalent to a Chef Boyardee canned pasta. There's a little bit of meat in the sauce, a little bit of beef. Really can't complain about that. It's a decent portion of it. And I'm going to try one of these little wursts in there in the sauce. Just give it something to the flavor. Okay, well, that sauce does add to that quite a bit. Over the crackers, we could go with that, dipping them and having them with the tortellini. I would say lunch is a pretty much winner so far. Let's give our coffee a taste. No, yeah, this is just a normal, quite a strong instant coffee, but it is a good instant coffee. Let's go give our fruit cocktail a try. That's absolutely perfect. It's not a heavy syrup that they're in, which is good. The fruit's still good. It's not too overly mushy. And considering this was only supposed to be, I think, good for a year, or no. It's meant to have a 2-year shelf life, and I think that 2-year shelf life is probably the crackers in it, or maybe even the vitamins. Excuse me. Everything else in here that's canned should have quite a long shelf life. But so far, everything's been very tasty. Not one issue with them, with anything yet. We're going to go ahead and finish this up because this is actually really tasty, and I'm a lot more surprised than I thought I would be. We're going to go ahead and finish this up, and then later on we'll come back and get you dinner and what my full thoughts are on at the end. All right, we're back with our final meal, which is dinner. And again, for those who want to cheat, you can see what's in here. Lunch was absolutely fantastic, and I've got to say, if you're wanting to try a ration, you're just not sure what you want, talk to, maybe message back and forth with people like Drew or Tim at MRE Zone, and just find out, from them. Tell them what you like, and they may be able to direct you where to a ration that you might enjoy more than others. That's what I did with Drew, and he picked it pretty good so far. So we're going to go ahead and break into dinner. Again, we have another accessory packet with knife, fork, and spoon, and a paper towel or napkin. Here we have an Enervit Gusto Coco Power Sport bar. Another packet of Biscotto crackers. Here we have a ensalada de riso, which would be rice salad. Not really sure about that. If I'm not mistaken, this has olives in it. And if so, absolutely not going to be happy with that. Yep, it's got olives. So that's going to be kind of halfway gross for me. Again, another packet of coffee, another packet of sugar. And then we have a canned turkey. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat the, I think the rice salad is supposed to be cold. Actually, we're just gonna eat the turkey cold as well. So let's go ahead and get these open and get everything prepared, and we'll try it out. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and start off by making our last cup of coffee. Something tells me I'm going to need this to wash down anything that's got olives in it. Add our coffee to it. Like I said, these East German cups are about 5 or 6 ounces. I think they're 6 ounces to the brim, which is perfect because most of the instant coffees call for 6 ounces. And plus it's just a neat little cup. All right, let's go ahead and get our Power Sport bar. I'm gonna guess this is pretty much like a First Strike bar. Pretty much it looks that way. It's kind of glossy, which is weird. It's bendable. So let's put that over here. Get our crackers opened up. Again, these crackers are not really sweet. They're not savory. They're just, it's hard to explain that they have really no discernible flavor to push you either way with them. They are light though and crispy. Oh. They're not great by any cracker standards, but that is what they are. Let's go ahead and get our turkey opened up. All right. There's that. Kind of just, let's just go ahead and break a piece of this off and take a look at it. Looks like just a chunk of chopped and formed meat. Nothing uncommon there. Doesn't smell bad. Not really overly seasoned. Kind of like where the Russian beef, where it's always got a really good, flavor to it. This just doesn't have much flavor to it. It's not bad. It's not delicious. It's just maybe if I had heated this up, would have been a little bit more flavor to it. But it is quite a large chunk of it. I will say that. So that would definitely be good if it was heated up. It's got a good chew to it. It is definitely made of real meat, so that's a plus. I'd have to give it a thumbs up in the end. Maybe if it had something to go on it, it would have been definitely better. Let's check out our rice salad. And again, we're going to drain this off really quick. All right, let's go ahead. Now that I've drained the liquid off, see what we have. So it looks like we have rice, looks like a little bit of ham in there, peas, corn, some carrots, and of course, dreaded olives. Never been a fan of olives ever, but luckily I only see a couple of them, and that's definitely a win-win for me. These are almost the like snakes are to Indiana Jones. Olives and mushrooms are to me. So, but it looks actually pretty good. Like I said, with peas, corn, bits of ham, and some carrot. You can't really complain there. We'll give this a try. Yeah, that's quite bland. I really can't say too much about it. None of the components truly seem to just pop together. Maybe this was supposed to be hot as well, and this would have been my mistake, but it doesn't taste bad. It's just definitely not on my spectrum of gotta have it. Well, I have to say I'm going to give that probably about a 4 out of 10 just because it's so bland. The turkey really just kind of bland but edible. Let's go ahead and give this sports bar a try. I'd have to say I do like the First Strike bar better. It has the crunchies in it. This is actually like the U.S. Army's dessert bars. If you ever get a chance to try one of the mocha dessert bars, that's almost exactly the same thing. It's kind of a fudge, but it's not. It's got a really good cocoa flavor to it, and you can definitely tell there's cocoa powder in it. It's not overwhelmingly sweet, and I'm going to go ahead and get some coffee to kind of wash that down a little. So here was the Italian ration. It actually expired, or supposed to be, in 2014. So we're just testing, like I said, to see if it was still how well they held up. Not to say this particular one held up quite well. Nothing in it was not edible. Breakfast was actually probably the best one for me, like the Spanish breakfast, which is the crackers with the sweetened condensed milk. I really cannot complain with that. Lunch, the Wurstel, they were actually very tasty, and I enjoyed eating them. Full of flavor. The tortellini, probably the best pasta I've had in any ration dish to date. The sauce is good. The tortellini's got a nice mouth feel to them. Absolutely fantastic. Dinner, kind of bland. The rice was just didn't do it for me. The turkey, again, it's turkey, and it just doesn't pack a lot of flavor. The energy bar, I'll give it maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10. It's an energy bar, and it does what it's supposed to do. The coffee in all three, it's a little strong, but it's definitely worth the drink. The crackers, I've had worse and I've had better, so they're just so middle of the road they're light and crispy, but at the same time, they're just so flavorless that something needs to be on them to give them something to give them a good, a flavor. So overall, I will try another one of these Italians, maybe a more current one, obviously, to give it another try. And if you're interested in an Italian ration, these are kind of pricey, but they are well worth the money, I will say. You could cross it off your bucket list, which I can now do. And you can get with Drew at RATIONSandMoRe. I'll have a link to his site in the description. You can check out my other buddies that do reviews: Old Smoky, Sticky Fingers 745, B Temple, Iron Warning, Steve 1989. The list goes on. There's a lot of great reviewers out there. So I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did trying it. And if you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it. You can't really hurt my feelings too bad. So I appreciate you watching it, and I want you all to have a very happy new year.